Hello and welcome, everybody. It is episode 2 of The Graveyard Shift. Normally, this podcast was going to be us deep diving into different topics, but Gal is currently working on her portion of a narrative project that I'm running. You will see that soon on the YouTubes. You can actually join the project because there's a shit ton of people in it, so depending on when you listen to this, shoot me a DM if you want to be added to it and it hasn't ended yet. Let's go. But since Gal is working on that, instead of her deep diving to us today, which was going to be about Wicked, I'm going to play some board games because there is nothing I love more on this planet besides maybe my cats than board games. So shout out Board Game Arena. That's where we're going to be playing on today. Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do. And then casually in the background, Gal, who is also here, I'll let her talk in a minute. Um, is
Thanks.
gonna be yeah, exactly. Is gonna be working on her project, and I don't know. You can tell us a little bit about it if you want, Gal, without spoilers, I guess. But give us whatever you want. And then she's gonna tell me about she had a whole ass, y'all know, like subathons and shit. She did that, but in person with real friends and played D&D for like 3 days straight. So she gonna talk to me about that too. So yeah, all right, I'll get started on these board games. Gal, you wanna talk to the people?
So, basically, throughout this whole thing, you're gonna hear me progressively lose my mind as I hate the thing I'm working on. Anywho, no, this has been really fun. So, for those of you who don't know, Rachel had this beautiful idea, that we were going to all who wanted to participate, we were going to make a story. So Rachel started it, and I'm the second person, so no pressure. Anyway, um, and basically, Rachel kind of monologued for 5 minutes and went, "Continue the story," and I went,
Yup.
"Hey." So I lost consciousness and then came out with 5 minutes of dialogue, and that's about it. I don't really remember why I chose the route we're going on,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm doodling someone who kind of looks like, from the back, looks like Bob from Monsters vs. Aliens, shape-wise.
Yeah,
I'm not.
what's funny is she was telling me one person just straight up looks like a penis and
No, same person.
same
Shape-wise, just
person.
same
Okay.
person.
Okay. Um
So I'm currently just unable to draw. That's basically it. But it has been really fun. And if you hear me scribbling, it's because I'm doing this all virtual because I'm not a masochist. Well, I might be. I started doing this fucking project. Anyway. Yeah. Um,
yes.
so I'm drawing and you'll see it on YouTube.
Yes, you will. And
So,
Gal's making a whole little baby animatic for it. And
yeah.
everybody can do their own. Everybody continues the story in their own way. You only get the video of the person ahead of you, unless you're me, in which case I started it, so I had nothing. Um, and then I see everybody's, check everybody's, and then I pass it on to the next person. So, yeah,
I,
it's fun and it'll be cool.
I cannot wait for this whole entire video to get vetoed. Just have to
You
restart.
just send it to me, and I'm like, no.
No. And I'll just cry, and you'll know this will be the end of the Graveyard Shift podcast.
It'll be the end of the graveyard shift, the end of everything. Oh my god. Be funny as hell. Also, uh, so I'm playing online with other people, obviously, because Gal's working. I
So,
happen to, when you're not premium account, which I am not, you can only wait for 3 games at a time. And one of the games I put on was Sea Salt and Paper, which is Gal's favorite that we play
oh
against each
my
other.
goodness, he's on paper.
So this is a person who's never played before. I don't know who they are, but this is the one we matched into. There's going to be some waiting times, so there's not much visuals. You guys don't have to watch. Obviously, it's a podcast. Motherfucker is applying the goddamn shark stealing strategy. I swear to God.
Ha!
Oh my God. You're also going to hear a lot of that throughout this video, is me going, fuck you.
You're gonna hear me losing my marbles because Rachel is dog shit at this game.
Fuck off. I'm good at this game. You can suck my dick.
Well, Rachel's not the best at pulling good cards, and I
That's
got pretty
true.
lucky the last time we played, and I'm surprised Rachel still talks to me after that.
Honestly, that's fair. When it comes to luck, not my shit. I do, as much as I want the heart of the cards, I am Seto Kaiba. I never have the heart of the cards, okay? Never, ever, ever. Oh,
It is
Lord.
very amusing to watch Rachel progressively lose her shit over paper mache crabs and sharks.
Oh,
And it's
my
very fun
God.
to win against her because she's not the best loser.
No, I am the definition of a, if you let me be riled, I will be riled. It's all good fun. I never take things like seriously because I think that's when you're like an annoying person, is when you take it literally or like seriously. But because I don't take it seriously, I crash out harder than other people because to me it's a joke. And so the more I play it, the louder I am, and the more I'm like, what the fuck? The funnier it is, not just to other people, but to me. I find it hysterical to be mad.
I think
So
it was
yeah,
just funny because the last time we played, this was on Rachel's stream.
this was.
Uh, the stark contrast between me having a genuinely lovely time
God damn.
versus Rachel flipping the fuck out because she couldn't get shark cards or whatever
Swear to
is
God.
very hysterical to me, and I would do it again. No remorse. But then I
Lord.
played like by myself one time and I got the snot beaten out of me. So, you know, all's fair in sea salt and paper.
All's fair in sea salt and paper. Yeah, that's fair. It's one of those things where it also like depends on who you get paired up against and whether or not there's someone who like this is their shit, or if it's like a casual person learning a game and stuff. Speaking of which, for anybody who is a board game fan or quite literally like an anime fan, a big board game enthusiast like myself is ProZD, who voices like a shit ton of anime characters, like he's Senshi in Delicious in Dungeon, and plenty of other famous characters. He has a board game arena account, and he straight up plays
No
on
fucking
here. Yeah,
way.
100% serious. I don't think I've ever played against him. Um, because I doubt the games I play are the types he plays, but he was like number one in the world or something for a game that's very like, he plays the very like nitty-gritty games where you're like making counts and keeping track of thing
Oh,
and yeah.
brain power games.
Yeah, like Catan on meth and steroids and dying in a corner type of energy. Where it's not just collection, but it's planning like chesses, and I hate those style of games. Not necessarily for the complexity, but I don't like I don't like games where it's the sort of the like the thing to trigger the thing to trigger the thing. It's ironic because oh, all right, this dude has 8 points. I can't beat his ass. We'll just
Kick his
grab the little
ass.
octopus. Nah, he's gonna win this round, but 8's not a lot to come back from. So it's ironic because I love stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh, but I like the anime and the show, not necessarily play the card game. But things that are like I have to do this to trigger that to get this to do that those are the kind of games that I'm like, this is not really my speed.
Mhm.
I like things that are more like social deduction or trying to figure out like solve a problem. So whether it's solving what your opponent's going to play or what your opponent's going to choose to do, or it's literally solving, which is a game I'll play in this episode because I've been watching a game show and now I'm going to talk about it even though I wasn't gonna. I've been watching like reality competition shows, but specifically Korean ones because Korea is better at it than literally any fucking country. And there was a game on the not the Devil's Plan, that's the modern day one that apparently is making a season 2. I'm so fucking excited. Oh my god, it's the best reality competition show ever. It's better than Survivor, it's better than Big Brother, it's better than everything. Go fucking watch it. But the old version of shows like that from Korea is called The Genius. It's back in like 2013 and I just found out about it. And so it's got the best way to put it without sounding horrible is there are cultural differences in the way that shows and media is done from the West versus a lot of the Asian countries. So over there, they have a few things. Hold on, I'm going to check my color count. So I have 6 green, 4 gray, so I want the green. Over there, when it comes to reality things, in quotes, they don't treat them as seriously as like an interview or a reality thing would be to the West. So the only thing that can make sometimes the experience hard to watch of shows like The Genius or similar back from they're doing it a little less nowadays, but especially back in the day, like 2013 or whatever, when the show came out, is these countries will specifically add like what we would consider to be almost comic book text over situations. So for example, if there is a like if one person makes like a joke but let's say one person betrays someone else in a social deduction game and the other person finds out about it, instead of just showing you the other person's reaction, they will show you the other person's reaction and then text and a sound effect will pop up on the screen. I'm talking cartoon Looney Tunes sound effect will pop up on the screen and go, bewildered, she can't believe her best friend betrayed her. It literally, that's it. It's
oh
not.
My goodness.
Yeah, like it's very much treated in that way, which is just how the culture is. The media culture in that space, not necessarily the people. But that's just how it was done. And so sometimes it's a little annoying to watch because something like that, and it's not once in a blue moon. It's every like 30 seconds they're doing this. Every 2 minutes or something. They also, another thing they do that the West does not do, they will repeat the same exact video footage and like conversation that has happened multiple times over in one episode. And they will keep flashing back to it. Which can get really annoying. But again, it's just a cultural thing. And for me, I really like brain games and stuff. So sitting through all of that and having that happen, oh, he's playing a fucking steal. What is he going to get? What is he going to get? Crab is fine. For me, sitting through all of that and having that happen is not a big enough turnoff for me not to watch a reality brain games competition. Because I love reality brain games. So, long story short, which it has not been, although I'm sure Gal doesn't mind. She can always interrupt me if she needs to.
No, you're fine. I'm syncing audio to I have the utmost respect for actual animators, like 2D animators. Because this shit sucks.
Yeah, it's so funny. I got a text from Gal that was like, I understand why you hate editing now. And I went, see? God, I fucking hate it. But yes, so I'll let Gal continue to do her work. Basically.
You can yap all you want.
Okay, cool. Basically, there's a game that they played in the 2013 The Genius where it's a little more complicated than this, but if you've ever played one of those games that tries to make you figure out the order of something, so like the blue house likes this, the yellow house is behind the green house, the green house can't be in first, that kind of thing.
Oh, yep.
Yes, so those kind of puzzles. So it was that kind of a puzzle or a competition that they had to win. But they had 11 people or however many people, and each one of them only got one statement. So who you shared your statement with, or if at all, was up to you. Now you have to share your statement or you are literally guessing. And if you guess, you're not going to win. But there's certain information in puzzles like that that is infinitely superior to other information or clues. One specific clue that is the best possible one you could get in any scenario like this. So regardless of what kind of game you're playing, if you guys are ever doing one of these puzzles, they might not have this option as a clue specifically because it's such a good thing. The version that these people were playing was there were 12 horses and they needed to guess which horses would come in first and second. They didn't have to know like which numbered horse was first. They just had to know which two are in first or second. They didn't need to know which one was first and which one was second, just the top two. Which probably that made no sense.
No, I get it.
Okay, yeah. And of course, to further confuse them, they numbered the horses 1 through 12. Specifically, it was so funny because it did happen in the show. I know that they specifically did that instead of using like A, B, C, D, etc. because they wanted people to confuse like, wait, is first place number whatever? And start getting confused.
Yes.
Which is hysterical.
It's like, who's on first?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna last chance this and see if he can beat 14. But yes, so 12 horses, they had to figure out which ones come in first and second by the end of like 20 rounds. There were 20 rounds total, and then they got breaks to go talk to each other. Well, one person's clue, again, the best possible clue, besides just here's the answer, that you could get out of something like this. He got first, second, the numbers of first, second, and third place will equal 12. That is a huge ass clue. And sorry, there were not 12 horses, there were 8 horses. That's important. But essentially what you've done is you have eliminated combos of basically any of the high numbers. Because you can't have 8-6, you can't have 8-7, you can't have 7-6, you can't, like, you've eliminated combos from being in those top 3, and that's a huge, huge, huge step. Now, it won't win him the answer, because still too many possibilities. There's still like 12 or so different possibilities. But he comes back from getting his hint to the group, and he's like, I have the most important information. He clocked it immediately. And everybody's like, well, how do you know that? How do you know? He's like, I know I have the most important information here. I want to figure out which one of you will get me like the second best information in order to close it down. Well, by some miracle, one of the women in the team are like, in the competition goes, I think it's me because I have really good information. And he's like, all right, fine, let's go chat. And they go and chat in a room. Lo and behold, she's correct because she's also brilliant. Her information was that the first and second place horses have higher numbers than the third place horse. So she essentially took down his like 12 something options all the way down to only 6 possible options because you no longer can have 1 or 2 in your top 2 because there's no combination where the third place horse can't be less than 1. And there's no combination where the second horse, number 2, can be in first or second place and have 1 as the third place horse. So it eliminated a shit ton of options, and they were like, okay, great, this narrows it down. Now, of course, they still need more info because it's not quite enough. So they're going around and they're passing info. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm following along. I have the right answers or whatever. We're doing it. And the game is explaining to the people, here's what the conclusion should be based on the information given. I was like, cool, I'm following it. I'm so proud of myself. And then there's one clue that is like telling you the answer, but you don't get it until round 9 or round like 3 rounds off the end. So you'll get the answer, but not until when you can stop, like when you can no longer choose the winner. So it'll tell you the answer, but you would have had to already pick the winner.
Okay.
So his info was that whatever horse is in first place by the time you get to that point will win. Now, you can still win if you pick second, because it's first and second place you're trying to guess.
Mhm.
But you'd no longer be able to pick the one that ends up in first place by that point. You'd have to go for second place. However, his information, once you get to that round, will tell you the exact combo you need. And you'll know what horse is in second, because there's only going to be one option when you know what's in first.
Mhm.
So everybody's like, yes, we got this. The people that are in league with this man and this woman who have the really good info that combines with each other are like, okay, cool. We can just choose our horses like ahead of time and be ready to go. And all of a sudden, they get to that round that the one guy's clue was for, and 2 horses are tied for first. So either one of them could end up in first, but neither of them are on the list that is supposed to be the right combination. And both of these people and anyone that these 2 people had told about like their little alliance thingy start looking at each other like, uh-oh, what's going on? And I'm sitting there and immediately I go, somebody lied. Because there's no rules that you have to tell anyone what hint you got. If you don't want to work with them and you don't want to have them false information, all you got to do is be like, yes, this is my clue. Now what's your clue? Thank you. Like,
I fucking God.
Like they were
And no
playing
one fact checks, right?
No, you can't, because you're assuming they're telling the truth, right? There's no way to they didn't give you a piece of paper on it. You had to memorize your hint. So if someone came to you and was like, hey, your hint doesn't add up, and this is what the person did who lied, you can be like, I must have remembered it wrong. But by the time
Top 10 worst anime betrayals.
Literally, but by the time they figured out that you had lied to them, you would already know the answer because they didn't lie to you. So
Oh my fucking God.
it was so amazing because everybody started throwing a panic, and I was so excited because these are the moments I live for. And I was trying to figure out who lied about their information because I was following along. So I was like, who lied? Who lied? And everybody's like pinning blame on each other and like, maybe you thought of it wrong. Maybe you thought of it wrong. And they're sitting there going through options and they figure out who it is. They're like, it has to be this person because her information. Ooh, they stole a boat from me. Boo. Her information would make our answer correct. Would like, if she hadn't have given us what she'd given us, we would never come to our conclusion. And so they go to her and they're like, yo, your information was wrong. And she starts trying to gaslight them, saying, no, that's not what I said. You heard me wrong.
Bruh. No fucking way.
I was laughing so hard because I was like, good on her. Good on her. She's fucking queen. Unfortunately, her puzzle solving skills are not as high as the other people. So she still did not win because other people had guessed the right combo. So that in that case, someone else won because they guessed it before her. But the fact that she played the social game so well that she was just straight up like, literally, she was like, I don't know. You didn't hear me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Dude,
Oh my god, yo.
What's it? It's like Gaslight Girl Boss.
Yes, Gaslight
Uh,
Girlbot's Gatekeep.
Gatekeeping.
Yes. Oh my god, I was so proud of
Someone took
her.
it too literally.
They so did. Yo, it
That's
was
hysterical, though. I would do that to you.
literally. Listen, if someone didn't do that to me, I would be upset. Like, this is a social game. You should play the shit out of everyone there. I hate it when I'm watching a show like Survivor or Big Brother where the winner is chosen by the rest of the people there voting, and all those
Hmm.
people on the as jury members are like salty or whiny little bitches who are like, well, you betrayed me and you voted me out and you said we had an alliance. Bitch, fuck you. That's the game. Like, you did not sign up to you know how this game is played. You got played. Get over yourself. Like,
I just saw this Survivor clip where I don't know what season, I don't know who it was, but there's this dude who, because I don't watch, we used to watch Survivor when
yeah,
I was
same.
like younger, but I'm too tired. Anyway, but there was a clip and it was like this dude, uh, like the prize was like everyone's loved one came over,
mm.
and the prize was like you get to spend time with your loved one, right? And so this dude's brother came onto the set and he went, "How's grandma?" And
I know this
the
one.
brother went, "Grandma died." And everyone goes, "Oh no." And like the whole time like he's pretending like crying, like not sobbing, but like
Mm-hmm.
really disheartened, like doesn't have so everyone collectively out of like I don't know, solidarity for dead grandma um like gave him the prize, and then they're walking away and they both high five and it was like great acting, dude. And we're just like, and he like goes on to the interview and goes, yeah, my grandma's watching Jerry Springer right now, she's fine. And we like, damn,
Yo.
top 10 worst anime betrayals right there.
Yo, I fucking remember that episode. That was some wild, wild shit. And like, yeah, things like that are dastardly. Ooh, I picked the wrong thing to go for. Oh, nothing's gonna get me points that are gonna beat a 16, I don't think. Unless I do boats, which would be 13, 14. Shoot, that sucks. Okay. Yeah, I picked the wrong side. Damn. Okay. No, wait. 3 points per. Won't get me there. Damn. It's close, though. 15. All right. Um, but yeah, I remember that episode, and like those things are like underhanded, and I get that they suck when you watch them back, but at the same time, when you're playing a game like that, there are no
Pretty
rules.
good.
Yeah. Like, it's always funny to me when people are like, swear on your mother, swear on whatever, swear on whatever. I'm like, bitch, I'll swear on whatever the fuck you want. I don't believe in none of that nonsense. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry that for some reason you think like that's gonna keep you safe. That's not how this works. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, also, I hate it when they say stuff like swear on whatever. Cause I'm like, go fuck yourself. It is not that serious. Like,
Yeah.
relax.
You know it's all rigged anyway.
Exactly. Oh, that's why I stopped watching anything reality competition based on the Western side because it's all rigged. Everything about it. And it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
to say that the Asian ones aren't like what's the word I'm looking for? Like they're not edited or messed with. They are. There are absolutely cuts where they make people say things they didn't say or they make, scenes happen that didn't really happen and things that Western things do. But Western reality stuff literally rigs whole ass competitions. Whereas as far as I've seen, the Asian ones they don't go to the judges and give them, okay, this person wins or this person you're gonna react like this, etc. Because I was watching the Culinary Class Wars, which is really good if you want a cooking one. Um,
Mhm.
and someone who is a Korean chef, and is Korean, but he is Korean American. He's a world-class chef. He used to be the White House chef, etc., etc. Um, he spoilers before I say anything.
You're fine.
Okay. He got second place. Like, didn't even speak that much Korean, although he spoke a good amount for what Westerners know. But like, born in America type of energy, made it to second place. In any Western show, no way in hell he would have made it that far. Because they would have been biased as fuck and been like, this man's old, he is a person of color, like, we're not gonna let him make it this far. They just wouldn't do it. Did he just beat me in Last Chance? I swear to God. Hold on. This man's about, if he beats me and wins this game, I've really been paying no attention. Hold on. We gotta see. Let's see if I lose all my points.
I hope you do.
Ooh, sorry, buddy. You can't steal. 3. Okay, cool. Ooh, and I stopped him. Nice, cool. But yeah, whereas Western shows like America's Got Talent, you know, The Voice and stuff.
I'm not a fan of America's Got Talent.
No. Because they specifically will... It's not even do they
it's all sob stories. It's like who has the best tragedy. It's like therapy, but with like some good singers.
Well, and also like the voting isn't real. Like they pre-choose their winners and shit. And they pre-choose who goes on to what. None of that voting is real. Even the audience reactions are fake. They straight up bring a camera person out while there's no judges there, no one on stage, and they go, okay, we're going to tape your reactions. Right now I want you to cheer. Right now I want you to be disgusted. Right now I want the... And then they just cut them and paste them wherever they want. There is very clear evidence of showrunners specifically making contestants, like lying to contestants so that they get made fun of when they go out there. There's a famous one, which like is a TikTok clip. You can go find it on YouTube, TikTok, whatever, of a girl who has a meltdown. And I do mean that literally. She gets upset, she yells, she like says curse words or whatever, and she leaves. And then turns out, and you know, for everybody to make fun of her and hate her. And the issue was that she went on there and she sang like a Pink song or something. And the judges were like, this was a bad song choice. It doesn't fit your vocals. I don't think it works. Like, we're not going to send you through. And she freaks out. And to anyone watching this show who is their main audience, which are like boomers who don't know any better, no way, you stole my fucking sailor. Anyone who doesn't know any better, which is their primary audience, and who doesn't care to know better, will think that she's crazy. But if you go and watch the video or the statement that she put out, she literally says, I was told I came with a different song, fully rehearsed and fully prepared, and the showrunners told me, go out there and do this Pink song. You'll win if you'll make it through to the next round if you do this song.
Yeah.
And so I went out there and I do that song, and then everybody told me it was bad. And so she had a meltdown because she realized they had specifically sent her out there to be the person that gets made fun of.
Yeah, which is like bullshit.
Exactly. And I hate that kind of jazz. Like I don't mind. Oh, damn, dude. All right, good for him. He won. That was a real fast 7. Whew. It's because I'm yapping. But, I don't mind editing. Like, I don't particularly... No, I will say I dislike splicing audio. I hate when they make people say things they did not say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially when they're trying to make them into the villain of the show. Because I'm like, honey, you can have villains. You don't need to splice people's audio together to have villains. You could I would literally audition and go on there and sign an NDA that makes me say I'm never allowed to say that I auditioned as the villain and was only put on there to be the villain, and I will still do it. Like, as long as you pay me money, hell yeah. Get the clout from it,
Yeah.
let's fucking go. So it irritates me when they make people who are genuine into villains.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I hate splicing audio and that kind of thing. I don't mind artificial stakes. Like, I don't have any issue with, oh, we're making a reality show, so we are gonna like use tense music when there's nothing tense happening. And we are gonna like show other people's reactions because we're filming you 24/7 to the thing that someone else said. And if that person does come into a confessional, we might ask them, hey, what did you think about that person saying that? I don't think there's any issue with that. I know some people don't like it when folks go into confessionals, which is one-on-one camera moments where it's just the person and the cameraman, and the other contestants can't hear them. Some people don't like it when producers specifically ask like leading questions to get a reaction or whatever out of you. I think it's fine as long as you're not being like a dick. Like, as long as, let's say there's an argument or whatever, you have one of those people enter the confessional. As long as you're not specifically going like, why were you being so rude to such and such? Why would you say something like that? Like, there's a difference between doing that and saying, so what happened? Can you talk to me about what that argument was about? Like, there's a difference.
Yeah. There's this kind of reminds me of like baiting people. This reminds me, I was watching this, it's like a TikToker. He's like 17 at maximum. Like he goes to the boardwalk. And he goes to like the boardwalk and he finds couples that are clearly happy and clearly in love, and he goes, so like, how long have y'all been dating? And like kind of like gets them to feel good about their relationship. And then he always asks the girl like, are you on any dating sites? And usually the girl goes, yeah, no, or I was like, and then he goes, let's find out. And what happens is this is all AI basically,
right?
And he gets her name and sends a photo, and she sends a photo to him to be like, we have this AI that'll match you just to see if you're on any dating sites.
Right.
And what it does is it makes a dating profile. But it says like opens like 2 weeks ago or like 3 days ago. And then he'll show these dudes who are none the wiser. And the girls are like, this is not correct. And then they'll like break up on camera.
Yo, what the fuck?
And I'm just like, bruh. And he's like,
That's disgusting.
And everyone's like, it's fake. And he's like, no, it's 100% real. And we're like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Fuck off, bro.
No. And it's like, because I was doom scrolling, so of course I was like, is this, but there's like a whole thing, it's like, caught her cheating, like, that's like the profile name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, imagine you're enjoying a date,
dude.
And then you're fucking, next thing you know, you're getting broken up with because AI made a Tinder profile for you without your consent. Like,
what the fuck, dude?
And then, of course, he's like egging them on for content.
That kind of shit makes me so mad. I'm like, it's weird to say, but I'm kind of all for drama if it's real and you're not like pulling bullshit like that. But when you pull bullshit like that makes me so mad, yo.
I kind of like fake drama when you know it's fake. Like anything on TLC.
Yeah, it's only when they try to pass it off like it's real or whatever. Yeah, for sure.
Then you're like, dude, no, this is like, I love 90 Day Fiancé. It's just the stupidest thing ever. Because they just make drama for no fucking reason. And I'm just like, y'all are adults. What the fuck are you doing?
That's funny as shit. So just for reference, the game I'm playing now, Codebreaker, is the one I was talking about that would relate to / remind me of the Genius
we played
games.
this one before.
We have. Because there are certain questions. So I love this kind of problem solving. There are certain questions that are always better than other questions. I'm playing against some strong person. I don't forget what he said, but this is a hella high person, so I'm probably gonna lose. But yeah, so I just wanted to point out that that's what this game is at the moment. So if I'm a little, you might have to chat because I might be a little more silent because I'm gonna try and do math, unless I can speak out loud the math I'm doing. But
No, you're fine. Okay. Yapping time. Oh, okay. Let's see. So I'll talk about my weekend then.
Go for it.
Okay, so basically, my friend group and I, my like IRL friends, we all go to college together. And this was like months ago. We had the great idea to do a weekend long D&D dungeon crawler.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, so there were 6 of us. So you'd be playing with a party of 5. And we were gonna all start out at level 3, and our goal was to get to level 7 and like complete level 7 by the end of the weekend. And so my friend hosted it, and uber nice, very nice. So it was me and 5 dudes, which was very fun. And so, but all of us, what we did was all of us were going to take turns DMing or GMing or whatever you want to call it. And so everyone, when we were planning this, we're like, everyone's going to make 2 rooms for each level. Like you have your main room, like a backup dungeon room or whatever, just in case. So it started off really fun. Everyone was really excited. The thing is, no one talked to each other while making their rooms.
Okay.
Just cause so
Lovely.
No one knew. Well, it was kind of fun. So no one knew who was doing what. No one knew.
Damn. Yeah, he got me. Wait. Let me check to see if I was right. Hold on. Before you keep going. Okay. Let me see if I was right. Okay, so the correct code was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Ooh. All right, so I had 8, 9, but it was 7, 8. Otherwise, I was right. Okay, that's cool. I love this game. All right, continue. I'm gonna play again.
So basically, it was Friday through Sunday. So Friday, it was late, which was not fun because it was a 2-hour drive for me, and I thought it was an hour. I was wrong. Oh. So I was an hour late, and then I wasn't the last person there, so we started off pretty late. But so the first room we had, it was how we determined. So all of us rolled a d20, to determine who would go, and whoever rolled highest went. And then once they were finished, the rest, like after his room, then those remaining would roll, and the highest would go next, and so on and so forth. So he made a room, and we fought like bats and a drake, and I think 2 of the characters died. 2 of the party died immediately.
Oh Jesus! Damn. Okay.
So I'm gonna preface this with my character never died. Okay. No one bothered to hit me the whole time.
Okay, that's actually hysterical.
I just forgot I existed.
That's funny as hell.
I was like, okay then. So but oh my god. So that was fun, and we all like kind of knew to like bring more than one character. So some people brought like 5 or 6. I brought 3 because I was lazy, and I didn't need the other 2, so it was fine. And so that was really fun. And then my friend who was the DM, he has he has a wizard, and I don't know how much you know about D&D, but they are notorious for having the worst HP ever.
Yeah, they're like
And
really, really squishy, right?
yeah, uber squishy. Super
Yeah.
powerful but squishy because they're dumbasses. Um and so he makes and so we play the role for like getting your stats. You roll for stats, right? So you roll 46 and you drop the lowest number and then you add the rest and then you apply it to all your stats. So, strength, dex, constitution, charisma, wisdom, and intelligence. Those are the 6 stats in all.
Okay.
I don't know how much you know about D&D, so I'm
No,
mansplaining.
please mansplain all of it because again, I
Okay.
just give me everything. Cuz
Okay.
even if I know it, I won't remember.
No, you're fine. I don't remember anything ever. So basically, you roll for stats, and so we all, honor coded this, right? And so how well you roll is how strong your character is. So my friend rolled, and he started at a level 3, which is pretty not terrible as a starter. Started out with 6 health points. And that was it. Um, we're
That
just like,
is
and honey,
abysmal.
we're like, honey, how the fuck
He has to be they have to be one of the people that died, right?
poorly? I'm like, how the fuck did you roll that poorly? Immediately.
Wow.
Well, no, actually, he didn't die immediately, which I found hysterical. Because
Oh.
the reason why he didn't die immediately was because the next 2 rooms were nothing but puzzles and no fighting.
Oh, okay.
so this, so this, he, it was so
Oh wait, let me
stupid.
check code. Hold on, hold on. Let me check code. The correct code was
Win.
Wait. What?
What?
Oh, we tied. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I guessed it wrong. I was like, wait, I guessed it right. I did get it right, but he got mine too. Okay. Okay. I was like, wait, how did I lose? Okay, so Squishy Wizard. Wait, okay, so you were rolling for stats because I know some people don't roll for
Yeah.
stats.
So in D&D, you roll for stats regardless. Um, and then every character's class is assigned hit dice or health points, I don't care. And then you add one of your stats modifiers. So this is all in like the rules of the game, right? So it's your constitution is how much you can take a hit, right? He just rolled poorly for
Jesus
uh
Lord.
const so I think he had like a -1 constitution modifier or +1 or something. He just rolled terribly.
I mean, that might be fun in another. Like, if you're planning for a campaign like that, where, like, you have a super weak, squishy, die character and then everyone else is. Like, I could see that being fun if you were planning a campaign where the rest of your party was almost doing like an escort mission where you are the weak, fragile NPC they
Yeah.
have to keep alive. But that's not going to be fun when you're doing a whole like weekend trying to fight dungeons.
No, it was fun because we were like have death fodder. That was basically it because it was basically this became a Pokemon Nuzlocke.
Oh,
And
that's
like
funny as shit. I love that.
and so like all most of my dungeon like, hello. Most of my dungeons were puzzles because why
Mm-hmm.
not? And I definitely did not, as
You
in I
like puzzles?
100% did. No, I reused a bunch of my puzzles from my actual campaign because
Good
I'm
for you.
lazy.
That's what you should do.
So, it was really fun. And then, um, so we had Squishy Wizard, we had a barbarian who didn't die the whole time, but would
Nice.
just, run face first into, a- anything and just be like, I'll be fine. And we're like, sweetie, no.
I mean, I
He's like,
guess they
I'll
were
live.
fine though.
I mean,
To
I
be fair.
guess, but at the same time, what the fuck? So, one of my puzzles was I made Minesweeper, which was really fun. Um, So basically, what I had the whole party do was they were only so usually when you play on a grid, and every square is 5 feet by 5 feet. Um,
Okay. And you're
and
trying to
then
like not get exploded?
yeah, basically. So on like a battle map, then for lack of better terms,
Okay.
it's just a huge ass grid where and then they're usually like dry erase or wet erase. So you can
Okay.
draw your map in like walls and shit on the mat, and then have people place where they want to go. Um,
Interesting. Okay.
sorry, I'm dying. So basically, when it was my turn to play, I was like, we're gonna do something a bit different. You're only allowed to roll a d4, so four-sided dice.
Okay.
Um, and whatever you roll is how many squares you can move.
Okay. You
And
can
everyone
move,
agreed,
but
like
you
it
don't
was
have
fine,
to.
and it was fun.
Okay.
Hmm?
You could move that many, but you don't have to.
You don't have to. You can move that amount
Okay.
or less.
Okay.
So, which is, I think it went over pretty well. So basically, whatever direction they had, or like whatever, they could move in any direction. I didn't care about like diagonals or whatever. And whatever they landed on, something may or may not have happened.
Okay.
So one of my friends, the barbarian who just ran into everything, I think he activated about 2/3 of the traps I had set off because he just kept n- guessing poorly
Of course he did.
about like what the fuck he was supposed to do.
That's funny as
Um,
shit.
so I had a bunch of like pressure plates, right? And then if you stepped on one, darts would come out and you
Mm.
would take damage.
Okay.
And he just kept stepping on, and I had them marked on a piece of paper. Like I had graph paper, and I just kind of lined it up with, the map I just drew on the mat. And so, but I swear to God, he hit like 2/3 of he got hit so many times. And then the funny thing
That's
about darts
funny.
is that they're poison darts. So after you get hit, you get piercing damage, but then you have to roll to not get poisoned.
Oh my god.
Homeboy almost got poisoned a couple times, and I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, how are you not dead? He's like, I'm just built different. I'm like, you're not built different. You rolled differently, you bitch. Like, what the fuck? And so, oh my god. And then the guy who played the barbarian, he had some great maps. He did a lot of more role playing ones, which were really
Okay.
fun. And so his first map was we were in this room that was full of like piles of junk or like quote unquote ingredients. And you
Okay.
met this like mad scientist
Oh my god, the
who's
exploding kitten. Oh my god. Okay, I'm diffusing it. All right, continue.
I love that I can't see what you're playing yet because I'm doodling and I just hear it. No, the exploding kitten.
Okay, go
um,
ahead.
so he had, and it was really creative. He had this like mad scientist dude
Okay.
asked us to find ingredients for him to make something that would get the edge off. He was
Okay.
very much weird. And he what was it? We needed there were six things. It was a vegetable, a spice, a reactant, a liquid, a drug, and uh a crystal. There you go. And so
Okay.
all of us would have to roll. We rolled a d1, so 100-sided dice, see if we could find the things we were assigned. So I was
Oh,
in charge of getting
jeez.
a crystal, and I rolled like a 5 out of 100, which is not good, by the way. So I got a rock. And,
Oh no. Not a
and
rock.
I just,
You got a rock!
I literally, I became the fucking Charlie Brown. I got 2 pieces of candy. I got whatever. I got a rock. And I was like, sure, fuck it, we got rock. And so the first thing, and then one of the players was just like, I will drink whatever this man gives me, which is
Uh-oh.
stupid, by the way.
I love
But he
that.
did. And so basically, what happened was he turned himself into a slime. he turned himself into a 5 foot by 7 foot gelatinous cube.
That is excellent. Good on him.
And we're just like, how the fuck? And then for the rest of the time this character was alive, he was a 5 foot by 7 foot gelatinous cube. And we're
That's
just like,
awesome.
what?
That is
So we had to,
awesome.
so we had to like look up the stat block for gelatinous cubes, which are like actual monsters.
Okay.
Um, so stupid. So every time, we have like little figurines that we put on the battle maps.
Oh,
My
okay,
friend
love
just
it.
got out. My friend just got out like a green regular like 6-sided dice, and he was this green gelatinous cube.
That's funny.
Like, what the fuck? Like, it was fun, and that cube lasted a lot longer than we thought it would. This was also the friend who made the wizard, so we were very impressed.
Wow. I love that he just, no hesitation, was like, I drink it.
Yeah, and we're just like, bitch, the fuck? And then so we had to try again because that's not the thing he wanted.
Oh, so you did it again.
Yeah, I got a
That's
rock.
fantastic.
Um, and we made something called, what was it called? The Philosopher's Drug, where basically our character could not feel pain, but could be dealt
Okay.
pain. And we would have to roll with like disadvantage or advantage on like certain types of rolls.
Okay.
Um, so it's so stupid. Just fucking, I got a rock. And then he did so good though, because it was my first time playing with a couple of my friends, mostly because they were busy.
Mm.
And so it was so much fun getting to see them how they DM and such
Yeah,
was
because everyone does it
really, really
differently.
fun. Yeah. Um and so we played into like late into the night, and then we like took breaks because our mental health and our friendship needed it.
That makes sense.
Um and then it was my turn, and it was like 1 in the morning. And this is just, it further proves my inability to read.
Oh no.
Um, so basically, there's something called the Monster Manual, and it has the
Okay.
stats for every monster, like canon monster in
Okay.
D&D, including like animal companions and stuff.
Gotcha.
And so, in the beginning, it explains like what the book is and like how it works and stuff. And there's something
Mhm.
called a challenge rating
I'm assuming
on
that
every
tells you like
monster,
the
how
difficulty
hard it
level?
is.
Yeah.
So basically, the number is like if a party of 4, if they were this level, would have a challenging time, but they would be able to beat it, basically.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't read it like that.
Oh, oh, of course you
So
didn't.
no,
Okay.
of course I did. So I read it that a player of that level would be able to
Oh
beat it.
no. Oh my god.
So it's 1 in
Wait,
the morning.
wait.
Okay.
We are at our free hour break of this podcast, and I want to leave us on that cliffhanger.
Okay.
I want to leave us on that beautiful cliffhanger of how
All
Gal
right.
is about to fully fuck up her party.
I would
Um,
never. What are you talking about?
because that is some wild ass shit. So thank you everyone for joining me in board games and listening to me talk forever about reality competition shows and listening to Gal talk about her fun weekend. Um, it was a lot of fun for us. And if
Mm-hmm.
you want to hear the story of how Gal should have read better and how you always need to read the terms and conditions,
But
you can go to Patreon and subscribe for $5 and listen to the other half. Um, yeah, that's it. You got anything to say, Gal?
uh, no, only the fact of what you think happened probably happened.
All right, we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye.